Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Wednesday, August 30th, and the moon is in Pisces. Well, the moon moves into Pisces. It's not quite in Pisces yet. Moves into Pisces, I think around 9:30 this morning. And then by 9:30 tonight, it's full moon in Pisces. Before the moon gets to the point of being full in relation to the sun, it does have to go over Saturn. Sort of like Saturn is the toll taker, as it were. What are your dreams gonna cost you? Oh dear, that was very diabolical. It's not meant to be, but it's kind of true. This full moon, as with all full moons, is an opportunity to come to a realization, an illumination. Remember, the moon, when the moon is full, it's as bright as it's going to be, and it's as bright as it's going to be generally, right, in the darkness. So something that was perhaps hidden before gets some exposure today, and we get to see something, maybe even for the first time. Now, this full moon is part of the lunation cycle that did begin with that Leo new moon at, I believe it was 24 degrees, 23 or 24 degrees of Leo. And it was square Uranus, very tightly square Uranus. Now, we do have a new moon coming up in the next sign of Virgo. That's going to happen in September. That one's actually trine Uranus, so it's going to be less crisis-oriented. But of course, the crisis is probably what was needed at the time, I imagine. So, Pisces is an energy that's sort of otherworldly, imaginative, impressionable, sometimes delusional. But with Saturn sitting there, and Saturn's at about 3 something Pisces, and this full moon's at about 7 something Pisces, or 8 Pisces. So it's close. It's in a conjunction. It's pretty close. And what I think Saturn is going to help us see is the limitations of our imaginations, or the limitations of the dreams that we have. And not in a necessarily negative way, although for some people, you know, the what's that they say in the Bible? And crusts fell from their eyes. They're going to see something they hadn't seen before. And for some people, it's going to be a little bit perhaps overwhelming, certainly surprising, certainly like, oh my God. Now, the sun is in practical Virgo. Now, of course, as I'm saying this, there's a hurricane bearing down on Florida. Florida, which honestly has been mismanaged quite a bit by its governor for the simple reason of his ambition to become president, in my estimation anyway. So it's going to be, and then of course, who has to run in to help the Floridians but the government, right? The government has to come in and help. The government that gets maligned. And I just heard something that they're concerned that FEMA is not going to have all the resources it needs to help the people that it needs. So they're sort of shutting down some stuff for other places that still need FEMA, like Vermont. So And the thing is with climate change is this stuff is only going to get more and more often. And so not working together is the best way to fail here, right? So hopefully that'll be part of the illumination. I don't really have a lot of hope for somebody like DeSantis, but hopefully the voters will see that and require us to, instead of work against each other for silly, ridiculous, made-up reasons, to work together to help us solve the real problems. Hopefully that's what this full moon can help us do, because the sun in Virgo is very practical, and Saturn there opposing it says, hey guys, you got to look at this. This is something that needs to be taken care of. This needs something that needs to be taken care of, and taken care of with compassion, because Saturn is in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces is a compassionate Saturn, although most people wouldn't even connect to the word compassion with Saturn. But being responsible for yourself and being your brother's keeper is part of like a Saturn thing. It's part of the responsibility of being human. And we kind of need that. We kind of need to be here for each other. And I know that you guys are here for me, and I know that you are here for your neighbors and your family and your friends. So I know, again, I'm preaching to the choir. But hey, who else am I going to preach to? So yesterday we had Jurassic Park, and today it looks like gorillas in the mist. Without the gorillas. We have a few bunnies. We have a couple of fat groundhogs. We have Charlie, but no gorillas. At least not yet. I don't know. But that's the story, guys. So, as always, when the moon is full, the emotions are high. This is a super moon. So it's closest to the Earth. It's the moon closest to the Earth. And so that, happening, this full moon happening with Idalia coming ashore, I just heard that the storm surge in Florida is going to be 16 feet or something like that. So please, if you're in the path of the storm, stay safe, leave if you must. Nothing is more precious than your life. And of course, all of us are doing our best magical, mystical prayers and protections for all you. I know I have a number of Floridians in the tribe here. So please be careful, take care of yourselves, and we're here for you. We're here for you. All right, guys. It is quite warm and muggy today. It feels tropical. Of course, there's a tropical storm going on, but it's far, far away. And, that storm's not going to be done with Florida. It's going to move up the coast. I don't know if it's going to go out into the ocean and come back in as a hurricane. But I know that Georgia and North Carolina and South Carolina are going to get hit with at least a lot of rain. So if you're in those areas, please, please, please take your precautions. Listen to your emergency service guys and gals, and please stay safe. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful full moon. We had a little glitch in moonshine. Sorry, I always do that. Moonshine. That's Ona's part of the moon cycle that she does on her channel. We talked for probably an hour, and there was no volume when she went to check it and put it up, and that was a Zoom thing. It wasn't anything on our end. But we do have a Mercury retrograde, and that's what happens. So if we can, we'll do something together a little bit later today. She's very busy with her moving, and if we can't, she'll definitely do something by herself if we can't find the time to do it together. So you could check out her channel as well, and I will see you again tomorrow. Be safe, be careful out there. Much love, everyone. Namaste.